Hey class, welcome to my survey research report presentation. The topic that I chose. Oh. Hey class, welcome to my survey research report presentation. My name's Luke Knight, and I'm going to be doing the presentation on movies and television in 2021. I'll just read this real quick. In this project, I seek to understand how audiences consume television and movie media in 2021 compared to audiences in previous years. This topic is important because it shows how external factors have impacted the entertainment industry. So yeah, I just took a look at movies and television in 2021. Obviously, we're still kind of coming out of the pandemic, and a lot has changed in the entertainment industry wise, just like how we consume media. So yeah, I'm kind of aiming to just look at how things have changed and how that's impacted what movies people are watching, what television people are watching. So let's jump right into it. So to start, this first survey came from Rotten Tomatoes, which is like one of the major like reviewing websites, and they kind of just had a poll for the 2022 Oscars, and it was published in January, which is like at the very start of the new year, kind of just which was kind of just reviewing all the movies in 2021. So the first question is, who do you think deserves Oscar for Best Picture? And yeah, the results are Don't Look Up, Belfast, King Richard, The Power of the Dog, Dune, West Side Story, Coda, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, Drive My Car. And what's interesting about this is, well, the top result is The Power of the Dog. Over nearly 45% of answers picked The Power of the Dog. And that's pretty interesting because The Power of the Dog didn't even have a theatrical release. It came straight to Netflix. So it's pretty interesting that a movie like The Power of the Dog, a movie that previously, if it was released in like 2018 or something, and it wouldn't have gone to Netflix. Like, it would have gone to some theater, and it wouldn't have been getting the exposure that we're seeing for today. So I thought that was kind of interesting. You could say the same for a movie like Drive My Car, or even like Dune. Like, a lot of these movies have gone straight to streaming services. So that just makes it more convenient for people to watch. So moving on, question 2. Who do you think deserves Oscar for Best Director? This also came from the same survey. And yeah, again, overwhelming support for Jane Campion and The Power of the Dog. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Question 3. Who do you think deserves Oscar for Best Original Screenplay? Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza, Belfast, King Richard, Worst Person in the World. Most people here said Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up also came straight to Netflix. Kind of interesting. Question 4. Who do you think deserves Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay? We got The Lost Daughter, Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, and Power of the Dog. And Dune, this time Dune's receiving an overwhelming amount of votes with 45%. And yeah, that movie came straight to HBO Max, actually, along with a theatrical release. So that got out in the mainstream pretty easily. Question 5, also from Survey 1. Who do you think deserves Oscar for Best Cinematography? Again, overwhelming amount of votes for Dune compared to The Power of the Dog, West Side Story, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and Nightmare Alley. Question 6. This is from Survey 2, and the survey came from Metacritic, which is another major reviewing website. This time it's mostly for like actual critics, professional critics. But yeah, this question was basically asking the critics to rank what their favorite movie of the year was, and they kind of recorded it with a point system, with whoever got the most votes as number one second most too. Like it kind of just went down in that order. So for best movie of 2021, let's see, Dune got over 2,500 votes. Belfast was second, a little bit under that. And then Coda, and then the movie Land, Power of the Dog, House of Gucci, Tick Tick Boom, Spider-Man No Way Home, The Green Knight, Mitchell's versus the Machines. And yeah, a lot of these went straight to streaming services. Let's see, Dune went straight to streaming. Belfast, I think that was only theatrical release. Coda was the theatrical and streaming service. Lamb, I'm not so sure about. The Power of the Dog went straight to streaming. House of Gucci, that was a theatrical release. Tick Tick Boom went straight to Netflix. Spider-Man No Way Home, that was a theatrical release. The Green Knight was a theatrical release. And The Mitchells versus the Machines went straight to streaming. And then question 7. This is from the same website, Metacritic. Kind of the same ranking system too, except for its ranking TV shows. But yeah, let's see. The TV show Succession received an overwhelming amount of votes with 1,400. And then Arcane, Mayor of Easttown, Squid Game, WandaVision, Ted Lasso, Loki, Midnight Mass, and literally all these shows are on streaming services. So it's kind of interesting how streaming has really just taken over everything the past couple of years, especially because of COVID. But moving on. Question 8. This came from the third survey, which came from News Gallup. And this was asking, how many movies, if any, have you attended in a movie theater in the past 12 months? And this survey was from 2001 to 2007. So it was kind of a while ago. But the people who saw no movie in theaters in the past 12 months, that was over 30%. And then the people who saw 1 to 4 movies in theaters in the past year saw almost 40%. And the people who saw 5 or more movies in a movie theater, that came to a little bit under 30%. And then question 9, if we compare that to 2021, we see that none. So people who saw no movies in theaters in the past 12 months, that was over 60% of the people who voted. And then 1 to 4, the people who saw 1 to 4 movies in theaters, that came to a little bit over 30%. And then 5 or more, about 9%. So yeah, as you can see, those numbers are drastically different. There was a lot more people in theaters from 2001 to 2007 compared to 2021. So, okay, yeah, conclusion. Yeah, from the past 2 years, from COVID and streaming services, yeah, there's not as much of an incentive for audiences to go to movie theaters to watch movies anymore, or TV shows, or cable for TV shows. They can just go straight to streaming and watch it there. So yeah, um, yeah. In 2021, we saw much of the entertainment options going straight to streaming, which is relatively new in the past 2 years. And yeah, COVID and other entertainment has kind of spread the process. Like after COVID, kind of just like a boom of entertainment came out of that with TikTok and other social media sites. There's so much stuff out there that's fighting for our attention. And that's really impacted the way that uh, we view entertainment today, especially movies and television. So, yeah, that is my presentation. Thank you for watching.